Good morning. Every Wednesday afternoon, the community service entertainers visit care homes around Winchester with the principal aim of entertaining. We are not professional singers. There is a range of abilities within the group, but we enjoy belting out numbers from our repertoire and spending time with you. During these difficult times, our concerts are on hold. We therefore thought you might enjoy this virtual concert instead, in which for the first time ever, individual boys sing solo versions of favourites from our repertoire using the marvels of modern technology. The words for each song will be shown on screen. Do join along gustily if you feel so inclined. We hope that you are okay during this difficult period and really look forward to the time in which we're able to perform our songs to you in person. Enjoy the concerts.
Good morning, my name is Isaac and I'll be introducing the songs in today's concert. First up, I'm going to sing Flanders and Swan's jolly number, I'm a Gnu. This animal is determined not to be labelled incorrectly. A year ago last Thursday, I was strolling in the zoo when I met a man who thought he knew the lot. He was laying down the law about the habits of baboons and the number of quills a porcupine has got. I asked him, "What's that creature there?" He answered, "It's a helk." I might have gone on thinking that was true, if the animal in question hadn't put that chap to shame and remarked, "I hain't a helk, I'm a Gnu. I'm a Gnu. I'm a Gnu. The nicest work of nature in the zoo. I'm a Gnu. How do you do? You really ought to know who's who. I'm a Gnu. Spelled G-N-U. I'm not a camel or a kangaroo. So let me introduce, I'm neither man nor moose, or Gno, 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 I'm a Gnu. I had taken furnished lodgings down at Rustington-on-Sea, whence I travelled on to Ashton-under-Lyne. And the second night I stayed there, I was wakened from a dream, which I'll tell you all about some other time. Among the hunting trophies on the wall above my bed, stuffed and mounted, was a face I thought I knew. A bison? An okapi? Could it be a hartebeest? Then I seemed to hear a voice. I'm a Gnu. I'm a Gnu. Another Gnu. I wish I could gnash my teeth at you. I'm a Gnu. How do you do? You really ought to know who's who. I'm a Gnu. Spelled G-N-U. Call me bison or okapi and I'll sue. Nor am I in the least like that dreadful hartebeest. Oh, Gno, Gno, Gno. Gno, Gno, Gno. Gno, Gno, Gno. I'm a Gnu. Time for another Flanders and Swan animal song. It's Ben's turn, with a story about a dear warthog whom no one seems to appreciate, until one wonderful evening.
The jungle was giving a party, a post-hibernation ball. The ballroom was crowded with waltzing gazelles, gorillas and zebras and all. But who is that animal almost in tears, pretending to powder her nose? A poor little warthog who sits by herself in a pink satin dress with blue bows. Again she is nobody's choice, and she sings in a sad little voice. No one ever wants to court a warthog, though a warthog does her best. I've spent a lot of money for a warthog. I am perfumed and prettily dressed. I've luster rinsed my hair, a perfume here and there. My gums were tinted when I brushed my teeth. I'm young and in my prime, but a wallflower all the time, 'cause I'm a warthog, just a warthog. I'm a warthog underneath. Take your partners for a ladies, excuse me. Excited and raging, she runs on the floor to join the furore and fuss. She taps on each shoulder and says, excuse me, and each couple replies, excuse us. Then, having no manners at all, they sing as they dance round the hall. No one ever wants to court a warthog, though a warthog does her best. Her accessories are dazzling for a warthog. She is perfumed and daringly dressed. We know her these and those are like Brigitte Bardot's. Her gown is just a scintillating sheath, but she somehow fails to please, 'cause everybody sees that she's a warthog, just a warthog. She's a warthog underneath. Head hanging, she wanders away from the floor, this warthog whom nobody loves. Then stops in amazement, for there at the door stands a gentleman warthog, impeccably dressed, in the act of removing his gloves. His fine chiseled face seems to frown, as he looked her first up and then down. I fancy you must be a sort of warthog, although for a warthog, you look a mess. That makeup's far too heavy for a warthog. You could have chosen a more suitable dress. Did you have to dye your hair? If that's perfume, give me air. I strongly disapprove of scarlet teeth. But let us take the floor, 'cause I'm absolutely sure that you're a warthog, just a warthog. The sweetest little, neatest little, dearest and completest little warthog underneath.
Flanders and Swan didn't just write songs about animals, but dedicated musicians as well. In the next number, Luke is going to tell the story of a keen horn player, but disaster awaits.
I once had a whim and I had to obey it to buy a French horn in a second-hand shop. I polished it up and I started to play it in spite of the neighbours who begged me to stop. To sound my horn, I had to develop my own bushel. I found my horn was a bit of a devil to play, so artfully wound to give you a sound, a beautiful sound, so rich and round. Oh, the hours I had to spend before I'd mastered it in the end. But that was yesterday, and just today I looked in the usual place. There was the case, but the horn itself was missing. Oh, where can it have gone? Hasn't anyone seen my horn? Where can it have gone? What a blow! Now I know I'm unable to play my Allegro. Whose twine that horn? I'll bet you a quid somebody did, knowing I found a concerto and wanted to play it, afraid of my talent at playing the horn. For early to date, to my utter dismay, it had vanished away like the dew in the morn. I've lost my horn, I know I was using it yesterday. I've lost that horn, found that horn, gone. There's not much hope of getting it back, though I'd willingly pay a reward. I know some hearty folk whose party jokes, pretending to hunt with the corn. Gone away, was it one of them took it away? Will you kindly return that horn? Where is the devil who pinched my horn? I shall tell the police I want that French horn back. I miss its music more and more. Without that horn I'm feeling sad and so forlorn. Oh, 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 oh. I got a concerto, I wanted to play it, displaying my talent at playing the horn. But turning today to my art to display it, it totally vanished away. I practiced the horn and I wanted to play it, but somebody took it away. I practiced the horn and was longing to play it, but somebody took it away. My neighbour's asleep in his bed, that would make him wish he were dead. I'll take up the tuba instead. Wah, wah.
Time for a Flanders and Swan song from the youngest member of the CS Entertainers. Tristan admits that actually, he's rather shy.
When a man comes bouncing into a pub with a couple of girls in tow, when he sets up a shout of drinks all round and a table for six, please Joe. When he kisses the barmaid, knocks down the dartboard, he yells for the cabaret. When you're wondering whether you might move on, someone is sure to say, he's shy, though he wears a fluorescent tie. With a deep down need to assert himself, we know the reason why. He's shy, give him another try. When you hear his voice in a crowded room, and you laugh ha ha like a sonic boom, go right on over to meet your doom, 'cause underneath he's shy, he's really dreadfully shy. When it's ladies' night at the Carlton Club and a young woman comes in, smoking a 6-inch Burma cheroot and playing a violin. When she leaps on a table, strips off a sable, shouting who wants a lock, then the elderly member who signed her in will tentatively remark, she's shy, she's as sensitive as you are. Too bad she has to behave like this, it makes you want to cry. She's shy, so shy, we know the reason why. Though her private life is a public mess, and she's written a book called I Confess. Looks so sweet in her topless dress, and underneath she's shy, she's really dreadfully shy. Well, of course there are times when we're all ill at ease, though we try to act suave and cool. When everyone seems to know everyone else, it's just like the first day at school. It can be a nuisance affecting insouciance, trying to mix with a crowd, knowing that one is probably talking that tiny bit too fast and laughing a lot too loud. We're shy, you'll have spotted it with half an eye. And it does no good to conceal that fact, it's useless to deny. You're shy, I'm shy, however hard we try. Though we've got the music and words of Pat, every blessed time that we drop our hat, we can't help wondering what we're at, 'cause underneath we're shy, we're really terribly shy.
In the next song, Laurie reminisces about the glorious days of gramophones. Yes, it's Flanders and Swan's Song of Reproduction.
it round and round, and with a sharpish needle it made a cheerful sound. And then they amplified it, it was much louder then, and you sharpened fibre needles to make it softer again. Today for reproduction I'm as eager as can be. Count me among the faithful fans of high fidelity. High fidelity, high five's the thing for me. With an LP disc and an FM set and a corner reflex cabinet, high frequency range and down with auto change. All the highest notes, neither sharp nor flat, the ear can't hear as high as that. Still I ought to please any passing bat with my high fidelity. Little gramophone, I'd wind it round and round, and with a sharpish needle it made a cheerful sound. And then they amplified it, it was much louder then, and you sharpened fibre needles to make it softer again. Today for reproduction I'm as eager as can be. Count me among the faithful fans of high fidelity. High fidelity, FFR for me. I've an opera here that you shan't escape on miles and miles of recording tape. High decibel gain is easy to obtain. With the tone control at a single touch, bel canto sounds like double Dutch. Then I never did care for music much. It's the high fidelity.
Masahiro has been a splendid addition to the group this year. He's now going to entertain us with the day-by-day story of domestic mishaps. Flanders and Swans, The Gas Man Cometh.
It was on a Monday morning, the gasman came to call. The guest wouldn't turn, I wasn't getting gas at all. He tore out all the skirting boards to try and find a main, and I had to call a carpenter to put him back again. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on a Tuesday morning, the carpenter came round. He hammered and he chiseled and he said, look what I found. Your drawers are full of drying rub, but I put it all to rights. Then he made us a cable and a one to all the lights. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on a Wednesday morning, the electrician came. He called me Mr. Sanderson, which isn't quite my name. He couldn't reach a fuse box without standing in a bin, and his foot was a real wonder, so I called the glazer in. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on a Thursday morning, the glazer came along with his blowtorch and his putty and his merry glazer song. It put on the paint and it took no time at all, but I had to get a painter in to come and paint a wall. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. It was on a Friday morning, the painter made a storm. With undercoat and overcoat he painted every board, every nook and every cranny, but I how it was gone. He painted over the gas stove and I couldn't turn it on. Oh, it all makes work for the working man to do. On Saturday and Sunday they do no work at all. So it was on a Monday morning that the gasman came to call.
From Flanders and Swan to Fat Swallow, probably his most famous piece is Ain't Misbehaving. Ali, take it away.
with cheating all the rage. Here is one bird with self-control, happy inside my cage. I know who I love best, thumbs down for all the rest. My love was given heart and soul, so it can stand the test. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain, the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Your type of man is rare, I know you really care. That's why my conscience never sleeps when you're away somewhere. Sure was a lucky day when fate sent you my way, and made you mine alone for keeps, ditto to all you say. No one to talk with, all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain, the one I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just who I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, don't go nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Believe me, I don't stay out late, don't care to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you.
During this difficult period, it's easy to forget that we are all part of a wider community in which we care about each other. We in the CS Entertainers have enjoyed spending time with you across the care homes of Winchester and look forward to doing so again. And so, our final song, sung by our very own Mr. Schofield, is Burt Bacharach's classic, That's What Friends Are For.